Hey everybody, what's up? Just want to do a quick update about some of the news that came out this week. Some of you have left comments on a couple of my videos. I had somebody, Lisa, had emailed me asking some questions. I think she, hopefully I'm saying your name right, she or he, I'm not exactly sure, had just started taking peptides. And so yeah, it's legit. So it turns out that what has happened is that the FDA, they haven't banned it. It's not illegal, but essentially what they've done is they've told compounding pharmacies that they're no longer allowed to compound some of these peptides. A lot of the very popular ones, obviously CJC, the ibamorelins, the BBC 157s, the MK 677, I think is the several popular ones. And so what that means is that yes, those compounding pharmacies, my understanding is they can still make this stuff, but they risk being essentially penalized or maybe sued or some sort of action taken against them by the FDA. And my understanding is whatever that is, whatever that action is not worth those companies continuing to make those specific peptides. And that means that doctors, such as my doctor, that are using those compounding pharmacies to get those peptides are no longer going to be able to get those peptides unless a bunch of compounding pharmacies just get real ballsy and brazen and decide to just try to beat the FDA at this, but I'm not hearing or seeing anything related to that. It seems like this is actually going to happen. These are still going to be available through other sources, other companies that you'll see advertising like on Facebook, but these are going to be the peptides that say something like for research purposes only, research peptides, something along those lines. My understanding about those, I'm not sure because I haven't dealt with them, but I think that those are not tested in the same way as compounding pharmacies. I might be wrong on that, but definitely a different class of peptides, either in the form of the quality of the peptides or the oversight, but definitely different. So what does that mean for a lot of us, including myself? Well, if you've been watching my videos, one of the things I've been saying is I committed to doing CJC 1295 and the ibamorelin for 3 cycles, and I wasn't sure if I was going to continue beyond the 3rd cycle because of a lot of the things that I had been experiencing and the lack of just sort of overall results, even though I'm about down 10 pounds in this current cycle, which is fantastic movement. So, of course, right when it seems like I'm starting to get a little bit of traction, this comes down the pike. But to be honest, like if this is what it's going to be, and it absolutely seems like it's going to, there's not a law that has to get passed. Nothing has to go through the system. It just, FDA will go and get them. So, I sent a message to my doctor today just to see if I could like get a little bit more information to find out the accuracy of this. If this was in fact going to impact my doctor's ability to be able to prescribe this, I assume so. And if that's the case, I'm just done with it. It's been an interesting process. If they have enough stock that I can get another shipment, I might do that. But it looks like it's going to come to an end one way or the other. And so, I mentioned before the HGH opportunity that I had from that same doctor. It was a 6-month treatment. And so I might just switch over to that. We'll see how this plays out over the course of the next week. But this is absolutely a thing that's happening. It doesn't seem like there's going to be any reversal of anything because nothing's actually been put into law. It's just FDA said we're not going to do this anymore. We're not going to stand for it. And so there's nothing really to reverse. Now it is possible that at some point these things get tested more and will regain the trust of the FDA. But, there's a lot of chatter online about if this is happening because peptides can't be, can't be essentially controlled by big pharma, and that lobbyists have now pushed the FDA to make this call and push this. And if that's the case, it's going to be really difficult to get a lot of these back. But just kind of wanted to update you guys. A few of you had asked about it. Maybe a few of you heard about it. It's absolutely happening. The list, I'll put a link in the description down below to the entire list of everything that they are going after. They list each one and then they tell you the potential effects, negative effects. It's interesting because a lot of those peptides doesn't really list a negative effect. It just kind of says, we're not sure if there's a negative effect, which is kind of an interesting and slightly cowardly way to try to stop these from being made. So that's it, but I'll keep doing my updates through the end of this cycle. We'll see if there's one more left in the tank or if we're going to switch over to the HGH. Appreciate you all. Appreciate the comments. Appreciate the email. We'll see you on the next update, which will be, this is Friday, so just in a couple days when next week starts. We'll see you then. Peace out.